elephants are from the southwestern part of the United States, mainly Arizona and New Mexico. They are excellent farmers and artists, well known for their turquoise and silver jewelry and for their weaving. The beauty of their rugs is known all over the world. Our first story is a Navajo legend about our good friend Coyote. Trotting Coyote, as he is called by the Navajo, is used as an example of how not to be. He tries to cheat and trick and always loses in the end. In our second legend, we will see what happens to Coyote when he meets the Beaver people. Listen now to the tales of Coyote and Cottontail and Coyote and the Beaver people. One day, Trotting Coyote was sitting on a riverbank. He was very hungry and sad because he had not eaten all day. He had not caught a single cottontail or even a tiny mouse. All of a sudden, a cottontail jumped from the bushes where he was hiding and kicked up a great cloud of sand right in Coyote's face. Coyote ran after the cottontail thinking, what a delicious dinner that Cottontail will make. Coyote was much faster than Cottontail and easily caught him. Just as he was about to take a bite out of the rabbit said, "Stop! Don't eat me!" Coyote was so surprised he almost dropped the rabbit. "Rabbits don't talk," he thought. "What a strange rabbit! First he jumped from a bush where he could have hidden, and now he's talking." Coyote decided to hear what the rabbit had to say. "You'll be sorry if you eat me," said the Cottontail. "I have no meat on my bones. Why be in such a hurry? I can't escape from you. You are much too big and strong. I'd like to talk to you for a while, but you are squeezing me too hard." "What do you want to talk about?" said Coyote as he stopped squeezing a little. The Cottontail thought fast. He was trying to think of a way to escape. Let's talk about people. I know all about people." "I know much more about people than you do," said Coyote, and he squeezed a little harder. The Cottontail said, "You think you know so much about people? Why, I'll bet you think they carry their weapons on their backs." Coyote said, "That's right, on their backs." "And I'll bet you always stay as far away from people as you can. You never really see their weapons. That's why you are wrong. I have seen them carry their weapons in their hands." Cottontail was trying to keep Coyote's mind off his empty stomach. Coyote was squeezing him tightly again. Cottontail said, "Stop squeezing me so hard, cousin. You have me, and I can't escape. Let's talk for a little while longer. Then you may eat me." Coyote said, "I'll let you talk more about people and their weapons, but make your story very short." Coyote was very annoyed. Cottontail was trying not to show how scared he was. He sure didn't want to be eaten. "Well, cousin," said Cottontail, what they do is carry a bow and arrow. They hold the bow up, put the arrow at the bowstring, and pull it as hard as they can, and then the arrow flies to its mark." Coyote said, "No, that's not the way it is. They carry the bow and arrows on their backs, and they shoot from over their shoulders." Cottontail thought to himself, "Here's my chance to escape. Stop holding me so tightly, and I will show you how it's done." Coyote loosened his grip as Cottontail raised his arms. Then Cottontail jumped to the ground and ran away as fast as he could. Coyote chased the rabbit in and out of the bushes, but he never quite caught him. Then Cottontail kicked a thorny yucca plant right into Coyote's mouth. While Coyote was trying to spit out the yucca needles, Cottontail ran into a small cave in the rocks. Coyote couldn't go in after Cottontail because he was too big, so he pretended he wanted to talk. Cottontail said,
I know you don't really want to talk. You want to eat me.
Coyote said, "If you don't come out, I'm going to smoke you out with cedar bark or sagebrush." Cottontail said,
Oh, good. Cedar bark and sagebrush are my favorite foods.
Then I'll get some pinyon pitch. That will fix you," said Coyote. Cottontail pretended to be afraid. Coyote piled some rocks in front of the small opening. Then he went to get the pitch. Soon he returned and made a fire and placed the pitch on it. Cottontail pretended to cry.
Oh, please don't blow the smoke on me. I won't be able to breathe.
Coyote blew the smoke into the crack where the rocks were. Cottontail pretended to cough. But he wasn't getting any of the smoke because Coyote was blowing it into the rocks. Cottontail said,
Blow hard so it will be all over.
Coyote got as close to the fire as he could and blew and blew. He could just taste that rabbit. Suddenly, Cottontail pushed the hot rocks. They fell into the fire and Coyote's face. Cottontail jumped past Coyote and escaped. It took Coyote a long time to get the smoke and dirt from his face. He didn't clean his face very well. He was too busy thinking of the dinner he had lost. That's why, to this very day, the coyote has black streaks on his face. On another day, Trotting Coyote was sitting near a little pool, picking flowers and watching some beaver people playing the hoop and pole game. He had not played the hoop and pole game for a long time. Coyote sat down near the beavers and asked them, "What is the prize for getting the pole through the hoop?" A beaver answered,
The loser is skinned by the winner.
Coyote was surprised. "Oh, I wouldn't want to be skinned." The beavers thought they were rid of Coyote. They continued playing. One of them threw the pole through the hoop as it was moving. He was the winner, so he began skinning the loser. The loser jumped into the water as soon as he was skinned, swam around a little, up and down, in and out, and suddenly grew a new skin. Coyote thought to himself, since I have magical powers, I'll bet I could grow a new skin too. I think I'll play with them." An old beaver warned Coyote not to play. He told him to go and play his own games. Coyote begged the beavers to let him play. After much begging, the beavers said yes. They gave Coyote a pole and began rolling the hoop. Coyote threw the pole and won. He didn't know the beaver people had let him win on purpose. "I knew I would win," boasted Coyote. "I don't want to skin anyone, but I will play another game." The old beaver said,
If you lose, you will be skinned, and that can hurt if you're not a beaver. So I think you should stop now.
Coyote said, "I'll just grow a new skin like you beavers do." They let him play again, and he lost. Coyote suddenly decided that he did not want to be skinned, but it was too late. Coyote yelled and howled and sure made a lot of noise. His skin was finally peeled from him. Coyote ran for the water as soon as they had him peeled. He swam around a little, up and down, in and out, but nothing happened. He got out of the water and jumped in again, swam around a little, up and down, and in and out. Still nothing. He didn't get a new skin. Seeing how upset he was, the beaver people decided to help him. The old beaver said,
Badger has extra skins in his badger hole. Maybe he will give you one. It won't hurt to ask.
Coyote agreed. He didn't care what kind of skin he got, as long as he got something to cover his skinless body. So they all went over to the badger hole, and Coyote went inside. When he finally came out, he was wearing a badger skin. To this day, the badger and the coyote have the same kind of skin. Storytellers were very important people in all Indian tribes. They were respected for their wisdom, and they were loved. Their stories had such deep meanings. In fact, all of the customs and beliefs of the Indian had a story or legend behind them. There were lessons for everyday living woven into interesting stories. The primary concern of all tribes was to live in harmony with the Great Spirit and all that he created. Go read and enjoy Legends of the American Indian. You can find them in your school or public library. Share a story with a friend so our tales will never end.
The preceding program was funded in part by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.